Well, there's so many weird trends that are like being like spread around now. Like, how the fuck did mewing start?
Oh my god!
You know mewing?
I don't know what that is. The hell? I was just thinking of the Pokemon. What's mewing?
Is that the way you like? It's just with your mouth, right? No.
Yeah, it's you have like you have certain exercises you can do with your mouth and tongue that make your jawline more defined.
Yeah, this is proved to not be effective, by the way.
This totally does not surprise me at all. So basically, you just
want a more defined jaw.
Yeah, you want to give a Chad chin, basically.
Sure.
And so there was this trend that's being spread around where if you do certain exercises with your tongue, if you like permanently like have your tongue like up on like the roof of your mouth, then you can train your jawline to be more defined, I guess.
Oh.
I never properly got into it, but I just saw a few videos about it. I'm like, why is this
every viewer is subconsciously doing it.
Yeah, everyone's just well, that is actually like a trick that I learned when I was doing like modeling stuff, is that like to make the jawline seem really nice, you kind of stop yourself in like a mid swallow, or put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and that way when you do that, naturally this bottom part goes up, and so your jawline looks more defined just for that split second.
Is your tongue not normally on the roof of your mouth?
No.
Oh, mine is.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I normally rest it at the top.
That's not resting.
That's resting to me. What?
How is that resting? You are...
Yeah, like, because when you were talking about the whole time, I was like, I think before
so
you mentioned
you are
it,
just a natural mewer.
I guess I've been mute. But my jawline
That's why his jawline is impeccable.
Shit.
Well, no, the British accent, the tongue is always at the top. When you think about it, right? Americans, right? When you do an American accent, you bring the tongue down, make it flatter. Right. So the American.
Wait, is your whole tongue like flat on the roof of your mouth, or is it just your like tip of your tongue?
Mostly the tip.
Yeah, I mean that's the same with me.
When you're resting, right?
Yeah, like it's like
it's
behind my
touching,
top gum.
Yeah, but I've never really thought about it.
But if you speak with an American accent, normally because if you ever try to do American accent, the best way to do it is to bring your tongue back, flatten it, and like make it wide.
Oh, I guess it is.
And then if you were to do a British accent, or I guess Australian, you put it upwards, and you like your tongue kind of like goes like this. Whereas the American one is like flat, British one goes up.
Well, that's what like linguistics experts like.
British is just expert mewers.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Every British person has an impeccable.
Yeah, this shit is fucking dumb shit. I think it's.
And
like,
I've seen British people, so I know this is
bullshit.
This is bullshit theory now.
Yeah, don't.
There's a ton of people who look like the very left guy on the second row there.
Dude, I mean, I feel sorry for people who like don't have pronounced chins in a sense, because there's just like everyone on TikTok and whatnot is just being like, yeah, how to fix this? How to fix you?
Yeah.
You know, if I have brown eyes or blue eyes, there's no how to fix that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I'd be a bit pissed off.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying. Because I've never looked at someone who has a face like that and thought like, oh, your face needs a fix up. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I literally never had that thought until TikTok started putting it in my head that I should think about this.
Yeah.
And then I see people with it, and now I'm like, why the fuck is TikTok letting me think about this?
You meet someone like that and they're like, oh, you didn't
Like,
do it.
I feel like this is how we train people to be like racist in a way. We just like keep exposing them to this idea that this is bad, and they'll eventually learn it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Who cares?
Hate if you don't have a chin, hate them. Think that they look
They're
weak.
terrible human beings.
They look awful.
Tell them they're
It's
weird.
Like, what the fuck? What is this?
Well, it's kind of like all like the different rabbit holes you can go down, because I had no idea a lot of these things existed, and now the idea is just planted in my head.
Yeah, right. Me too.
And I feel this a lot sometimes, where there is this thing that's that is as a bad thing that I never really thought about, and now I'm thinking, well, I never really thought about it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm scared that I would. Yeah. I'm scared about this idea.
I had no idea this could be even seen as a negative trait. Yeah. And now I'm thinking about it. Is everyone thinking about it?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, what if I'm doing it without being intentional? What if I do this unintentional bad thing? And shit, I'm like, now I'm thinking about it. What if I'm just a bad person?
Nah, man, you can't let that shit stop you from being you. Unless you are actually a bad person, then you should probably stop.
Okay, but we were meant to be playing some drinking games today.
Okay, seems appropriate.
Yeah, since we are drinking right now.
Okay.
Really?
Did you plan a bunch of games?
No, I just thought we could play a drinking game, a simple drinking game, truth or drink.
Okay, easy enough.
So we know each other pretty well. So I'm wondering how well we can.
Wait. So to re-clarify the rules, right? It's someone asks someone a question.
Yeah, could you give me an example?
Okay, actually, let's try an example right now,
Okay.
and I guess we could do it for all of us. I guess we just say the truth or we drink.
Okay.
So let's.
I feel though, I don't know how well this is gonna work with Trash Taste because we've already said a lot.
Yeah, that's why.
Shit
The first question I got asked is, who would you bring with you on a desert island? And I'm like, we've already had a desert island question.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the pettiest thing you've ever done?
The pettiest thing I've
Yeah.
ever done.
Have we ever done anything petty? Have I ever done
I've
anything?
definitely done something petty.
I know you have. You see,
Whoa, coming at me now, guys.
out of all of us, I feel like you would have done something petty. I'm trying to think if I've ever done anything petty.
I don't know if because like I don't know, maybe because like it's hard because to me it might not seem petty, but to someone else it might be petty, right? So it's like to me it might just be like, oh yeah, I just like did that normal thing because I just thought it was normal. What have I done that's petty?
Can you ever think of anything petty, like just casually, that you've done?
Casually.
I don't know, because
Oh, okay. I know one, and
Okay.
I'm not gonna drink. I can tell the truth of this.
Right.
But the pettiest thing I've probably ever done, and I know a lot of people are gonna find this petty, but like one of my biggest pet peeves, right? I don't have a lot of pet peeves, but one of my biggest pet peeves ever since I was in high school was when someone is wearing the shirt of a band that they have no idea who they are.
This is the most Joey thing ever.
this is already pretty petty, Joey.
Like there was a moment I remember in like the early 2010s especially when like Hot Topic had this thing where like, you know, they were selling a bunch of like different band t-shirts of like classic bands or like, you know, like bands we grew up with and stuff like that. And one shirt I kept seeing all the goddamn time was like shirts that just had like a big face of Kurt Cobain on it.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you know, they were a really, famous band, loved band. That's cool. I love them too. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But then it gets really annoying. I remember there was this one time where a friend of mine was wearing, like, we went out to this party and a friend of mine, who was a girl, was wearing this Kurt Cobain shirt. And it was really surprising to me because I didn't expect her to be like a fan of like Nirvana or like listen to or Kurt Cobain stuff. So naturally, you know, as like an icebreaker type thing, I went up to her and I was like, oh shit, nice shirt. And she was like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, oh, what do you like Nirvana? What's your favorite song? And she dead ass looked at me and went, what's Nirvana?
Because what did you do?
So I just walked away. And then I just was bitching to my friends being like, why would you, because if you're wearing a shirt like that to a fan, that is an invitation for you to like connect with that, with what you think is like a common, you know, like for something, right? But the fact that you're wearing this shirt and you don't even know who Nirvana is, let alone who Kurt Cobain is.
It does feel like if you're going to put someone's face on your body, you should at least know whose face it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Like, and it's like, you know, and if that like particular band or artist or whatever is someone who like, you know, maybe a lot of people don't like, I don't know, if someone was wearing like a fucking Imagine Dragons shirt, I wouldn't give a shit because that's what they like. But like, don't fool me into thinking that you like the same thing that I do and yet you don't. So that's, I would say, for some people is like petty, I would say. And that's probably the pettiest things I've done.
That's the hipster musician.
Yeah, as the hipster musician nerd in me, I can't forgive that. So don't fucking do that, because I will call you out if you do shit like that.
Have you ever had any petty moments?
I've had so many, but I'm trying to think of the pettiest.
Well, what was the one that you were thinking of?
Huh? I literally can't think of anything.
No, for Connor, I mean.
For Connor? I don't know.
You said he seems like
Well, a
someone
lot of the
who's done-
times, if someone...
Connor's a gamer.
If someone just says something and it pisses me off, or they're wrong, or they like try to, like if I in the past I've definitely done this where someone's like lorded over that they know more about something than me or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they you know X opinion this. I'll just if like they think that there's like a few occasions where someone is saying like, oh, you don't know, this game is better than this one. And so I'll just play the entire game just to like hours or whatever. Or if someone tells me that like X game is harder.
Yeah.
I think in the past I think Halo
Is that why you decided to play Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was pure pettiness. So I could accurately talk shit.
Right.
You know, same reason I toured the entirety of America with you guys.
Oh, that's
was
true.
So I could shut Americans
I
up.
guess in a sense that was the pettiest thing we've done.
Yeah, that was a pretty petty.
Like if someone tells me that like their game is hard and they're like insistent on it, and I'm like, I don't think it is. I will just play that game and learn it and get a higher rank than them, just out of spite.
Just to be like,
That's
wasn't
so
that hard?
true, actually, because
Just
now
out of like, just shut up. So you're bad at this game. You're bad at the thing you like. I'm better and I know more than you. Shut up.
That's petty.
because every time I go back to Wisconsin now and just have like a drink with a bunch of, you know, Sydney's friends or people around there and they start talking about America, I'm like, oh, you know about America? All right, tell me.
Yeah, tell me. Name the states
I'll
you've
show
been
you
to.
what the real opinion of America is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to take a drink because I can't think of anything too petty.
Oh, there was one thing I did do. This guy, I don't know if it's petty. This guy stole my little brother gave his Xbox account away. I told you about this one time. I think.
Yeah.
He gave it to this hacker, and I couldn't do anything to like help him get it back. So it was gone. But he played a lot of COD. And this is back in the day on COD where if you were in someone's lobby, you could join off of their account based off of recent players.
Right.
So I spent like a week just going into games and just finding him and killing him like non-stop for like a week to just piss him off in the hopes that he'd eventually give it back. It didn't work, but I'd like to imagine that I annoyed him.
Yeah.
But for like a week straight, for like a total of like 40 hours, I must have just been going in this guy's games, just following him and killing him. And then whenever he's trying to talk in the lobby, I would tell people what he was trying to do.
Is that petty or is that just toxic?
Well, he stole the account, so he's a dick. So I feel like it doesn't count as pettiness because it was deserved.
Right.
But also very petty for me to waste all my time.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
But it was fun hearing the guy get angry.
Yeah.
I do enjoy doing that. That was very fun.
Oh, I have done something petty. I guess it's pretty petty. But I remember in like the first year of university, so this was like at the end of first year, right? And I didn't really try in the first year, and I'm that kind of guy who, this is gonna sound really fucking stupidly, you know, overconfident, but I guess I figured out how to just score well on exams. I wouldn't say I'm smart, but I think
knew how to game the system.
You studied.
Not necessarily studied. It's
smart.
like I kind of
I'm just a genius.
no. I min-maxed the amount of effort I needed to do to get a respectable grade without doing as much effort. So most of the time, that just meant revising the day before the exam.
Yeah,
right?
Most, it works.
Sure.
For most exams. And I remember I had a mate who was one of those, she was one of those girls who had to like study for weeks before an exam and still, you know, kind of got a respectable but like passing grade.
Right.
And I remember the first year, because we both took engineering courses, and she was like studying weeks for this exam, right? And she kept asking me, "Hey, are you gonna study? Are you gonna study?" I'm like, "No, I think I'm good.
got it.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna wait till the final day." I wait till the final day and study one day. I got over 70% on that exam, which in English universities is like a first degree. Right? You need to get over 70%. And I remember she got to 2-1, which was like a 60 to 70%.
Right.
And she studied her ass off, and she was like so pissed off at me. And she was like, "Bro, this is like the first year. You cannot fucking get away with this for all of your university years." So
And then I did.
So throughout the university years, at the end of every year, I would get above 70%, and I'd be like, GG easy.
Oh
like
my
every year I'd
God.
send it to her. And the last year, when I did my master's degree, I didn't study one day. I studied like 2 days before the final exam. And,
What a hard worker.
and I remember getting my result for that. I got 69.5%, which got rounded up
Yeah, they
to
round
a
up.
first
To 70.
degree. And the first person I sent it to was not my parents, but it was to this friend, because I still remember the one time she said that to me. And that is probably the pettiest thing I've done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, universities where you get humbled and you realize you're not smart.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I'm in the 5th best university. That means there are 5 whole classes or
Yeah.
years of people that are better than me
Yeah.
at this subject. Or
I
whatever.
don't know, man. As someone who during university was a lot like your friend,
Yeah.
where I would study my ass off and get like okay grades, I would have fucking hated you. I'd be
Some
like,
people are
this
just way better at
bastard.
retaining information.
I don't know what it is. I'm the kind of person who, like during class, like say for example, like during high school, right? Like I perform really well in class, but I absolutely suck at exams. Like, I don't know why, like the moment I enter maybe it's the pressure of being in like an exam environment, but like the moment I sit down to do like an exam of whatever it is, everything I thought I knew just goes out the window.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm
how it
like,
goes.
I should know this. Like I answered these fine in the classroom setting. Why is it that when suddenly it's a test, I just forget everything?
Stage fright.
The one time that I'm supposed to perform well and I don't, and I always fucking flunk it. That's why I barely passed university.
Damn. All right, what's the next question?
All right,
Well, that
next.
wasn't a hard one. I think I drank 5 times in between. answering.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what's gonna happen.
Have you ever been arrested? No. Right?
No.
No.
Well, you got deported.
You got
That's-
deported.
It's kind of arrested.
Well,
Right?
I didn't get arrested. I have a criminal record. It's a different story. It's not. It's not an arrest.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay. Which one of these have we not answers? When was the last time you wanted to hit somebody?
Every episode I
Wanted to hit somebody.
But I have no enemies, except the time.
like when I was a kid, like never. Not since I like had.
when was
bullies.
when was the last time you did then? Because I know you went through the whole Fight Club phase.
Yeah, that was it. I haven't wanted to fight anyone since.
Well, he got all those urges out.
Yeah.
I've wanted to watch someone get hit, but not me
Do it
it
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, I think
don't
the
need
only
that.
time I had that urge was when I actually did it, and that was to my school bully.
Which is a justified reason.
Which is a justified
When do you-
reason.
when do you
After
think-
that,
when do
my
you think-
urges
when do
were
you
gone.
kind of think like you calmed down though from your
like right after that. Like I felt zen. I felt peaceful about it. I was ready to throw hands, but I was like, I'm good.
He depleted his rage.
I
meter.
love getting angry at stuff, but I don't.
But not to the point where you get physical.
No, I
Yeah.
feel like that's a sign of weakness
I agree.
because
Yeah.
you can't. Why can't you just
Yeah.
control
Fight
yourself?
with words.
Yeah,
you know?
control yourself.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's like a weak and childish way of handling situations if you lash
No,
out.
totally.
yeah.
And if you are the kind of person that hits people or wants to hit people, I think that you should
Go
change.
to a boxing gym.
Yeah, dude, go do some contact sports. But even then, that's not really the philosophy they try to teach them. It's not punch people. It's hey, discipline, learn how to fight, be respectful.
Yeah.
I mean, contact sports are very, very respectful generally.
Oh,
So-
Yeah,
totally.
yeah. Well, that's where I feel like you get to control your rage and your anger because
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird for me because I'm generally a calm person, but sometimes do you guys have like this kind of like mental block when it comes to just screaming? I know you don't. Screaming at your full volume.
At people I do, but at the camera now.
Yeah. Well,
Like I would never want to scream at someone.
have you ever done
Oh.
that?
When I was younger, yeah, I haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah, I think I'm one of those people where the angrier I get, the quieter I get.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
You know, like when I see people get like mega angry and they start like screaming and yelling, I'm just like, how can you do that? Because I feel when I get like really, really angry,
Yeah.
I'm so frustrated inside my head that I can't even muster up the energy to like talk at a normal volume. You know, I'm almost whispering when
Yeah.
I'm like really angry, or I just don't talk at all.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm so like in this like cloud of like frustration.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really get the urge to like. The only time I get the urge to like scream and shout is when I get like really drunk or I'm at a karaoke.
I've only like screamed a few times out of pure anger,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I don't like the feeling. It's this is gonna sound so weird. It's kind of like it's kind of like busting a nut, but you realize you just jacked off to the most decrepit shit of all time. Like the few times that I have not been able to control. I think it's the feeling of like I have not been able to control it, and I think it's only happened literally once in my life, and it happened once, and then I was like, I don't ever want that to happen again because I've just felt like I was just out of control of my own anger, and that was.
Something about the mental imagery of like finishing jacking off to like the most decrepit shit and then standing up with your dick in your hand being like, no!
Can we get rid of this Mr. Bean ass looking dude? It's pissing me off. Thank you.